approach?
Okay, you have a lot of the hard parts done, right? So you do the approaches, which is important and huge, right? That's number one. That's the number one biggest thing. 2, you get numbers, you follow up on them. You have the closing habit. That's the second thing that's super, super important. Third thing is you're not afraid to get man to woman at least a little bit, okay? Now the things that are missing strongly are that you are like too polite and nice, you're playing too safe in your sets, and that you're still coming from the frame of I hope she likes me instead of I hope I like her. Right? Those are the 2 things. So be willing to take some risks. Think about the idea that you want to be loved or hated, not just kind of liked or tolerated, right? And then think about that frame. I hope I like her. That should be the plot line or the story of your set. The character arc of the set is I hope I like her. Is she going to win me over? Not I hope she likes me. Let me try and win her over. That reframe in your mind is going to be, that's the major difference between intermediate and advanced game. Because, and this is actually something you can take from cold approach, right? Because you can do cold approach, because you're the one of the few guys that can actually get a conversation started with a random girl. If it's not her, it will be somebody. Does that make sense? If this girl says no to you, there is a girl who will say yes, who's probably going to be of a decent caliber, right? So you don't need this girl. That's a big thing, is to have that sort of like abundance through skill set or abundance through willingness to approach, where you should be willing to lose it. You should be willing to take a risk, willing to offend, willing to walk away if there's something about the girl you don't like. Like if you walked up to a really hot girl, a truly genuinely hot girl, and you find out that she's like not the best person, like she's like unethical or like kind of like shady or some shit like that, would you be willing to walk away, or would you be like, well, I'm still gonna try and fuck her, right?
Yeah, walk away.
Okay, good. That's good, right? That's abundance, right? And the more abundant you get, the lower the threshold for what you to walk away from is, right? What about if a girl's just a little bit boring? Like you're genuinely talking to her and she likes you, but you're just like, you know what? This is like, I don't know if I want to put in 4 more hours with this girl because I am genuinely bored, right? But you like her and you're pretty sure that if you put in the 4 hours, you'd sleep with her and she's hot. Would you walk away from that girl?
There's been a couple I actually did.
Good. In some ways good, in some ways bad. That one's kind of dicey because it is good to be able to walk away from them. On the other hand, sometimes they're boring because you're making the conversation boring, and so you should take the initiative to try and make it not boring too. But the point is, like your threshold for walking away, like you need to have a threshold, and you need to be willing to walk away, right? And willing to believe that you can replace, right? So that's a mentality that I like, which is that like the way I phrase it a lot of times is no one girl will determine whether I'm successful with women, because if she doesn't like me, there are 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, 1 million other girls that will. Make sense?
No one girl will determine how.
Yeah, which gives you the freedom to try things out, the freedom to mess up, the freedom to take risks, right? The freedom to play to win instead of to not lose. Instead of be like, oh God, it's going well, let me close before it goes badly. Instead be like, let me stay in and make it go really well. Or, oh, this is going well, let me play it safe. Instead, it's going well, let me take that risk to make it go really well. So I think that's a mentality for you. The other one being the do I like her mentality. That's probably the central one for you. The mentality of, instead of like looking at game as like proving something to yourself or like, cause if you go in and get a phone number and you walk away with a number, you'll be like, oh good, I got a number, it feels like a win. What game really is your chance to have amazing fun experiences with girls. So when you walk up to a girl, the idea is like, I wanna have the most amazing fun experience with you. And one of the best things that can make an experience amazing is sex, for sure. And a building relationship is one of the most amazing things. But that said, if I went and talked to a girl and it was just really fucking great conversation and like witty ass banter, that would be cool too. And I'd be completely fine with that too, because I'm in it for the experience. Does that make sense? So the idea that like you're in it to get a great experience rather than you're in it to get particular milestones may help you as well, which is a little bit paradoxical to some of the others. But that's the zen of game, so to speak.